So let's talk about the Megan Gower situation. Looks like there's an apology out. So I'm just kind of new to the whole situation, but I saw a clip where it kind of highlighted some of the more problematic behaviors from her, where she's got her kids featured in the video. And then I also found the video where she apologized. I've kind of compiled those two together, and I'm going to intersplice some commentary. So hang tight and just hang on to get some thoughts from me on. I'm gonna. Well, you'll see.
I will smack this motherfucker upside your head. Touch me again. I'm so glad you're so nice and like your motherfucking sister.
You're the one who ruined it.
Get the hell out of my room. You're not going no fucking where. Get out. Who? Because I'll drop your motherfucking ass off. She's bipolar. Ungrateful ass motherfucking kids.
Okay, a lot's going on in that clip, so let's break down some of the things that we're seeing. Made a few notes. So, number one, she's threatening. Number two, she's cursing. Number three, she's making comparisons. If only you were like your sister. She's exhibiting a lot of controlling behaviors. She's labeling, you're bipolar. She's labeling her kids' behavior, and she's just very critical. These ungrateful kids. Okay, so she's doing all of that in the span of like just 10, 15, 30, 20 seconds. Like, that is a barrage of attacks on a small child. She's also communicating with a degree of hostility and aggression, intense aggression. Her voice is elevated. Her body posture and movements are very powerful and domineering and controlling and scary. All those things have the effect of diminishing the child's agency and sense of safety. Their primary caregiver is someone who they don't feel safe around. That's incredibly destabilizing for a child. I typically see kind of this behavior from clients who have been court mandated. Very rarely do I see behavior from clients who are electing into counseling. People who are like this just don't voluntarily come to counseling, right? Because counselors will call that out, and then counselors become the bad guy. Oh, these counselors, they don't know what they're talking about because they're calling out my threatening, cursing, comparing, controlling, labeling, and critical behavior. They're full of it, right? And so we'll see a couple more things in this next clip that suggest maybe this isn't just a one-off, right? I'm a parent. I have bad days. Not quite to that degree, but I've had my moments and have had bad days. But the real concern is if this is a pattern of behavior. So we'll see in the next clip maybe some evidence that would suggest this isn't just a bad day for Megan.
Is your bio? Yeah. Sadly. Wait, why are you talking to your kids like that? You ain't heard nothing yet, baby. Damn, your hair is nappy. Put your brother's fucking toothbrush up. I don't give a fuck about what. I don't give a fuck about what some random person on the internet gotta say. Pick your head. Get.
Ow!
Get off the sink! I will yank you bald headed. You're literally making shit fucking complicated for no fucking reason.
You're not doing anything. You wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything.
Well, good thing they ain't your fucking kids, Julie.
I didn't.
Get over here is me fucking being fake nice to my kids just because I'm alive. You're gonna get the real deal. This is how it is. On live, off live, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so a little bit more here to break down. Now what you see in this other clip is the statement that really stands out to me is, you ain't heard nothing yet. So, okay, so what that's suggesting to me is what we're seeing in that video pales in comparison to what she does outside of the video. She's even worse outside of the video. She's even worse outside the video. Okay, I need a moment. We also saw examples of her using physical force. to correct her child's behavior or get her child to do what she wants. We saw more yelling, more threats, more critical remarks. And then the other thing that really stung was she kind of looked at the camera like, "Oh, can you believe this kid?" Man, I can only picture her at a gathering, and her kid does something, and she looks at a friend or a family member. Again, if a kid sees her parent doing that, that kid's going to feel like a freak. That kid's going to feel like a pariah. But the end all be all, the big whopper, if you will, was her statement. This is the real deal. Online, offline, I don't give a f. Um, so think about that statement. Online, offline, I'm not performing. That's what she's saying. Like, this is the real authentic me. This is my lifestyle. This is how I interact with my kids all the time. And then think about that other statement. You ain't heard nothing yet. And so she's saying, this is how I act all the time. And this is just a tame version of me. I'm even worse. I'm even more outside of this. Yeah, I'm worried. I'm concerned. So let's go ahead and listen to her apology and see what she has to say.
I just wanted to come on here and take accountability for the things that I said and did yesterday on my live. Nobody deserves that, especially my children.
Awesome. Great start to your apology. I love that. I love taking accountability. I love recognizing the harms that you're doing and acknowledging them. Great start. Keep it up.
Unfortunately, I have some very dark, deep-rooted things inside of me that I have been working to heal for the last 2-ish years, and some of those things still come out whenever I am triggered. I am not a perfect mother. I have never claimed to be. Unfortunately, I was very triggered yesterday. I was very overstimulated, and I exploded.
Okay, so if I was working with Megan in counseling, this is where I might challenge her in saying, I was triggered, I exploded, um, and I guess I hear that, and I get a little worry. I wonder if she's framing it as, oh, it was just this one time thing, and it really wasn't my fault because I was triggered. Um, I you know I said and did those things because I was triggered. But Megan, we just listened to a clip where you said it doesn't matter whether I'm on camera or off camera, if it's night or day. Maybe I don't want to hyperbolize her statement, but she was communicating in that one clip before. It doesn't matter the context. This is how she is. This is just the real her. Um, you weren't just triggered and had a bad day. I would really invite this woman, this mother, to do some deep soul searching and to say, if this is a chronic, consistent pattern of behavior of interacting with your child, it's going to produce devastating outcomes for them. And this is something, if this was me in that position, and I was having that kind of behavior called out, and I was speaking and interacting with my kids with that level of aggression and hostility, in provoking terror in them, essentially, I would be on my hands and knees praying to God. I would be soul searching. I would seek out mentors, others for counsel. I would have people speaking into my life. I would be seeking accountability. I would be doing some deep soul searching. I don't see that reflected in this video. So I'm glad that she's taking accountability. I'm glad she's apologizing. She doesn't need to apologize to me, or TikTok. She needs to be seeking out restoration from those kiddos. So I guess that's my concern. And I would be challenging her or asking her that question. Hey, do you see this as a one-time event, or do you see this as a pattern? That'd be question number one. Question number two would be hey, do you see these clips as reflecting something true of you that you need to take accountability for and really soul search and understand why you do that? Or this was just your behavior because you were triggered? Look, I'm a parent of 3 kids. I get overwhelmed, overstimulated, and sometimes it brings out the worst in me. That is still part of me. That's not the triggered me. That is a part of me. The triggered me is part of me, and so I have to figure that part of me out too, and correct that part of me. There's not the good me, and then there's just the teensy little side me that kind of comes out sometimes, and mostly I ignore it. So okay, let's see what else she has to say.
And before you look at me and say, oh, I get overstimulated too and I don't snap out like that, okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm so happy for you. I'm working towards that. This video showed you a very small snippet of my live. It didn't show you the before. It didn't show you the after, where I hung up and went and calmed the fuck down, apologized to my child, and we talked through these things. I shouldn't have had to apologize for anything because I shouldn't have done it in the first place. I am very well aware of that.
Okay, this is good. This is an A+. When you disrupt the relationship between you and your child, you make a repair. I practice a model of therapy called the Gottman method, and Gottman has so many wonderful interventions and ideas and concepts, but one of them is relational disruption is natural and normal in every relationship. It's going to happen. Parents are going to disrupt the relational connection between them and their kids. It's going to happen. Kids are going to do that with their parents. But what we want to model is repair. So we repair that relational disruption and we reconnect. I say, I'm sorry. I let you share your feelings. I listen. I'm attentive. I show affection. We reconnect. We're good. So everything she said there was awesome, fantastic. So I'm hopeful for Megan that she might be on the path of healing and growth and change. I just think she's really got to do a deep dive into that dark side of her and not just say that was me when I'm triggered. That was you. So, but I'm getting stuck on that. What she just said in that last piece was awesome. Okay, let's see what else she has to say.
My children are well loved. Anybody that knows us or knows anything about us knows that our children are loved. Unfortunately, I still have some major things that I need to work on, and I'm working towards that every single day. But I just wanted to come on here and take that accountability and kind of own my actions and acknowledge that those are not okay, and I know that that's not okay. I am going to take some time from social media. I think I owe my family that. I don't know what the future holds as far as TikTok goes. I just want y'all to know that I have enjoyed the last year of sharing my life with y'all. I love you.
I truly wish the best for her and for her kids. I truly wish that she would get the help that she needs and start making growth and change in the right direction. I just don't think stepping away from social media is enough. Um, Man, you've got to do a whole lot more soul searching than just stepping away from social media. Again, those statements that I keep coming back to is you hadn't heard nothing yet, meaning the behavior we saw was just a small glimpse of how she really is, and this is the real deal. Online, offline, I don't give an F. This is how she is. Um, I'm just I would encourage her and invite her. Maybe she watches this. I think that would be great if she did. I would encourage her and invite her to seek out counseling, to seek out group support, some readings, some podcasts, some online material. You've got to do more than just stepping away from TikTok. I don't think that's enough. There's some deep soul searching that this mom needs to do. And frankly, what she needs at the end of the day is additional support where people are building her up, noticing her strengths and calling out the weaknesses and giving her feedback and tangible, concrete suggestions on how she can make changes in each area. There's a model that conceptualizes change. It's called the trans-theoretical model of change. I think she's probably at the pre-contemplative stage where there's a growing awareness of the problem, but she doesn't have a full awareness of the problem yet. So that's the contemplative stage. And so I would love to see her make the transition from a small awareness to the problem to a full awareness to the problem, and then an active engagement in seeking solutions. So I truly wish her the best, and I hope she gets the support and help that she needs to make that progress, and for the sake of her kids, because I'm ultimately concerned about her kids' well-being under a mom who thinks that stepping away from social media is enough for her healing journey. There's a lot more steps involved, but I wish her well, and thanks for watching.